Now, having explained that, let's talk about the fact that, to just make a simple illustration, I will take God's power as an ocean. I will take the problem I'm having as a fire. It's a fire. If I can get the water from the ocean on this fire, I could essentially put it out. Now, my faith is a pipe. I need that pipe to connect to the ocean and provide a pathway for the water to connect. So there's a fire. I can't do anything about the fire because it wasn't started by me. It was started by my enemy. And then there is the ocean. The ocean is older than me. It's the power of God. It's surging. It's full of ability and strength. Finding the pathway to connect the water to the fire, put it out. That pathway is my faith. Fear will block it. Sin will constrain it. Whatever I must do such that that pathway is clear. Therefore, the main means by which I will secure my victory is my faith in God. In the book of 1 John chapter 5, verse 4, in 1 John 5, verse 4, it says, "For everyone who has been born of God overcomes the world. And this is the victory that overcomes the world." This is the victory that overcomes the world, our faith. In the ministry of Jesus, the singular demand he made from everybody that needed that power, except in very few cases. I can think about 3 or 4 cases where he didn't make that demand out of almost 37 cases. He always said, "Do you believe?" Or he would say, "Your faith has done this." The reason why he's saying your faith has done this is because the power is there. Your faith can't do nothing. You can't do anything about that. The fire is there. You can't do anything about that. This is Satan doing what he does best: still kill and destroy. You have the power. You have the ability to provide the faith that links the power of God and brings that power flowing upon that fire and putting it out. You have that ability. This is what God has given you. So once you enter into this reality, then it becomes very easy for you to really understand what God is trying to do here. Now, furthermore, let's look at a few things. There's a template for victory. The problem that we have is, I don't want to go too deep into that. There are 3 aspects to man, and these 3 are in a graduating form as to their value: the body, the soul, and the spirit. The body, with the body you contact the material realm, what you touch, what you feel, this is your contact with the material realm. The soul is where you get your identity from, who you are, your mind, your will, and your emotions. That's self. That is the soul. Then you have the spirit. The spirit is the inner man, the real man, the one that can have contact with God and also have contact with those spirits. So each of them, you see that the people normally have is with the fact that they feel there's this, I don't know where people got that from. The more profound a saying is, or what you call deep saying, then that probably means it's true. But that's not necessarily true. To be honest, the greatest things in life, the greatest wisdoms in life are simple. For example, I can tell you one of the greatest wisdoms in life, piece of wisdom you could ever receive. Sure, you want to hear it? I'll tell you. What you sow is what you reap. Let's count it together. What you sow is what you reap. 7 words, but so powerful. If men were conscious that what they sow is what they reap, I can tell you a lot of people will be more careful about the things they say, they do, they think. The habits they undertake, the things they undertake, the kind of lives they live. Because what you sow is what you reap. But yet everybody starts off deceived that somehow they can escape the outcome of their actions. So profundity is not necessarily a test for wisdom. And this is why the template for victory is very simple. It can be explained in 1,000 ways, but it's really quite simple. And between Genesis chapter 1 verse 1 to Genesis 2 about verse 5, the template of victory was set. But people, it just can't seem to get it. They would prefer a 1,000-page book of 15 billion steps you need to succeed than the template of victory that God has provided. For some, it's pride, the sense that you have participated in the process and accomplished something. For others, it's just this belief that if it's not complex, it's not real, it's not robust enough. That complexity means robustness. But that's not necessarily true. Indeed, one would claim from an engineering point of view that the more complex the parts, the less stable the system, and possibly the more the possibility of damage. So it's not here nor there. Truth is truth. Whether it's profound, whether it's said in highfalutin words or said in simple words. They are also simple lies. What did Satan tell the woman? You shall not die. For you shall not die. She believes him, and well, here we are. So you gotta be careful. Please do not forget, it's Faith Code 247 on social media platforms, on TikTok, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram. We're really quite active on TikTok and YouTube, but by the grace of God, we expect to spread to other platforms as God gives us grace.